Okay, on number 35 on page 121, what we're given is we're given a point, 2, 0, which is on the x-axis, and we're also given the equation of a line in standard form, x plus 2y equals 3. And I have to write an equation of a line that's parallel to this given line, but passes through the point 2, 0, through that point. And then in part B, I have to do the same thing through the point, but with a line that's perpendicular to the original line L. So the first thing to do, if we're going to use point-slope form, and then I'll demonstrate a second form in a minute, is find the slope of this line. So it's the opposite of A over B. So A is an invisible 1. So it's the opposite of 1 over 2, so it's negative 1/2. So the parallel line will also have a slope of negative 1/2. And the perpendicular line will have a slope, it's the opposite of the reciprocal of negative 1/2, which will be a positive 2. Okay, so then I can use point-slope form for each of these, and using this point, and work it all the way through to standard form. So y minus 0 equals negative 1/2 times x minus 2, y equals negative 1/2 x plus 1. I'll move this over to the other side, 1/2 x plus y equals 1, and clear the fraction. So I have an 1x plus 2y equals 2. Okay, so you can check it, with the point 2, 0, and that works. And because of that, I'm going to show you another way that you could have done this problem. Another way that this problem could be done is when you get the pattern that the ax plus by, that x plus 2y, is going to be, for every line parallel to this line, its equation in standard form will look the same. It'll be an x plus 2y, right? Because the slope is the same. The opposite of a over b, the opposite of a over b. So those two are going to be the same. Once we know that, I can say, well, I know that the equation of the line parallel to this line is going to look like this, and then there'll be some other number here, because there's going to be a different y-intercept. Now this one has a y-intercept of 3 over 2. This one will be something else. So I can plug in. I'll make a place to plug in the 2, 0. So I'm looking at that ordered pair 2, 0. I'm going to plug in a 2 for x, 2 times y, and a 0 for y, and see what I get. So I get 2 plus 0, so that is a 2. So that means that this equation should be x plus 2y equals 2, and see, it is. So this method, we'll just call it the plug-in method, works. I would just want you to show me what you're doing, that you're actually taking the x and the y from the ordered pair, plugging them in for x and y, given that you know this left side of that equation is the same. Then on the perpendicular line, I'll do it with point slope. Y minus 0 equals 2 times x minus 2. Y equals 2x minus 4. Get the 2x on the other side. Multiply everything by negative 1. 2x minus y equals 4. Okay, so that's the equation of the perpendicular line. And you can check it with the point, and it works. But there is a pattern here, and that is that because of taking the opposite of the reciprocal of the slopes, so you change the sign and the a and the b switch from parallel lines to perpendicular lines, or from the original line to the perpendicular. Notice here where I had a 1x plus 2y in the original equation, 1x plus 2y, what happens is the 1 and the 2 switch places, so I have a 2x and a 1y, and that sign changes, which is the effect of going from a slope that's the opposite of a over b to a slope that's the opposite of the reciprocal of this, which would just be a positive b over a when I'm finding slope. So given that, if you want to use the plug-in method, you can say, well, if the original equation is this, I know that this now will be a 2 and this will be a 1 and that will be a minus. So you can frame the left side of the equation and then force this number, whatever it is. So you're going to plug in the same ordered pair 2, 0 minus y equals whatever. So 2 times 2 minus 0 equals 4 minus 0, or 4. So you can see that you get the same thing. Okay, that's it, showing both using point slope form, and in this case you have enough information to use this plug-in method once you understand this pattern of standard form.